the universe is straight fucking with me today. Oh my gosh. So I'm doing this live about transformation and my love-hate relationship with it, and I'm being given up-level trials while I'm trying to do the goddamn live. It's beautiful. It's just fucking wonderful. So what I was talking about in my second attempt to do this is about this knowing that the woman that I'm truly meant to be, the ultimate Heather, is just this blindingly bright and like radiant human being. I don't know, maybe I'm not even human at that point. Maybe it's just like pure soul, but she's amazing. And like what drives me with my growth, even though it's very uncomfortable at times, and today is a very, very uncomfortable growth day on so many levels. What drives me to keep doing this, even though it's uncomfortable as fuck, is that like I can feel her inside me. I can feel this amazing woman that I'm meant to be inside me, and she is so full of love, and she's so confident, and she's so radiant, and she's so powerful, and she's so able to just speak truth to people and really be a change maker in this world, like really be a blinding example of how to lead your most truest and joyful and authentic life, right? And so I'm like tearing layers off of myself as fast as I can stand to do it, to the point that I feel raw sometimes because I'm like growing so rapidly, and I'm just like ripping layers off to try to get down to her. And I can feel her like clawing her way to the surface, right? This ultimate version of me, that wants to come out in the world, who knows that she's so needed in the world, who is going to just step forward and like be the most badass version of me ever. And not just for me, it's not for my amusement, it's like she's needed, and I know that that's who I'm becoming and I want to become. And yet there's a part of me that is scared of being that person, and is wants to tell me that I'm delusional, that like I'm not that person at all, that's who I wish I was, but that's not who it is. But I mean, I can like feel her. I can like when I really concentrate it, like right now, like I can feel her inside of me. And I'm incredible. I've done a lot of work on myself to be able to reconnect to that part of me that knows that I'm incredible. It's not that I wasn't incredible before, but and I would love to hear like how you guys are relating to this, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels this way, that has this experience. And so I'm on a growth path, and I love to grow, but it's incredibly uncomfortable, and it's incredibly scary. And at the same time, I know that it's really simple. Like I know who this woman is, and I know, like I know how she responds to the world, and I know what she thinks about the world, and I know how she acts in the world and how she shows up. So it really, like, I know on the one hand it's as simple as me just stepping into that and just embodying that, and I've been fighting with myself a lot about this, and I'm like, I'm like making myself wrong for not just becoming this person overnight, because I'm like, I know her, I feel her, I know that she's there. And so I'm like, why am I dicking around? Like, what am I allowing? What am I afraid of? And what am I allowing? Why am I allowing fear? And what exactly is the fear that's coming up that's not allowing me to just step into being this amazing woman? Because it really, it's I get to be her, and I get to have this amazing life that she's capable of leading. But it's not just for me. I have known since 2014 that like it's not just about what I say. It's really about me leading my example, and like really showing people what it's like to step into their power and to really own their values and their standards and their desires, and really live from that, and not allow the shoulds of the world, to come in. Like I know that that's my ultimate purpose. And yeah, so yesterday it occurred to me, I'm like, am I shooting on myself about stepping into this power? Am I being unreasonable about what's available? Am I expecting too much of myself? On the one hand, or on the other hand, like, am I just being fucking complacent? Am I being lazy? And I really hate the word lazy when we apply it to ourselves, and it may be actually when we apply it to other people too, because I don't think that there's so much laziness in the world. I think people have a lot of subconscious, shit that they allow to weigh them down, and they don't know how to process it. And then those of us who are in this world, and we know how to process it, it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, and so I'm really aggravated with myself today because I'm like, okay, like, tearing myself down about not stepping into this power is not helping me, and being frustrated with myself, that I'm not this woman yet, is not helping me. But I'm like, am I just being complacent? So that's where I'm in this discomfort today. And then if you watch the previous two videos, my man keeps calling me, and this is one of the challenges of being in a relationship with someone who isn't in this world, right? And doesn't understand boundaries. And yeah, and me, it's really challenging me to stand in my power, because when I set boundaries and I'm very firm with him, he gets it, but he doesn't get it in the beginning, and he's changing. It's like really rapidly, but and and he's amazing, and he's fucking worth it. He's just the most amazing person ever, and he's a huge pain in my ass at the same time. If you saw the song that I'm writing, and I talk about how you make me smile and then you make me crazy and I could not love you more, that really sums it up. Like, he's amazing, brings me so much joy, and I want to fucking strangle him. And I tell him that, and he wants to, he's very frustrated with me a lot of the time too. But hi, whoever joined, thanks for joining. I'm talking about discomfort of transformation, and I was just talking about I'm going through this business up level and this business change, and then I'm also challenging myself to be in a relationship with someone that I love more than life itself, and also drives me fucking crazy. So, but I'm talking about, like, I have this woman inside of me, and I know, and I'm like whoever was watching was just like, okay, fuck this crazy shit. I don't blame them. So, but like, just shitting on myself, like, and being mad at myself for not stepping in its power is not helping, basically. And so what I started thinking about was like, okay, well, what's the power level that I have today? Like, I can't, apparently it's not happening for me to just step into this most amazing version of myself and just, step out and be her. So if that level of power and that level of heatherness is not available, what is available? What is available, and how can I act from that? And I'm just realizing that this is me doing this video. This is just me being vulnerable and raw and talking about this stage of transformation that I'm going through. And this is the power. This is what I have to do today, is to talk about this. And because I know I'm not alone. I know if you're in the space, if you're in the personal growth space, or you're, whether you work in it or you just do a lot of it, like, you're aware that there's something more available to you, and that's what you're working toward, right? So I'm taking action, and I'm really proud of myself. And I cut my fucking phone off so that, even if he doesn't understand the boundary, I'm setting the boundary. I'm like stepping into my power, and I'm like, sorry if this upsets you. I'm taking 20 minutes and I'm working on my business. So that was my little up-level trial during this video. The other thing that is making me really crazy. So I have a knowing that I did not have to come back to this world this time. I chose to. I chose to be back here. And I don't say that with like a cockiness, like, oh my gosh, I'm so evolved, and like like, it's not like that at all. Because let me tell you, as much as I know I've been here before, and as much as I know that I wasn't compelled to come back, I made the choice to come back. I did a really, really, my soul did a really good job of wiping my fucking memory of shit. And so it's like, I have been knowing that there's so much more that I know how to do. And like, it's like, in the description of this video where I talk about the Matrix and like video games. So a Bodhisattva, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Bodhisattva is basically somebody who has achieved enlightenment and then chose to come back to be a light for others. And I say that with complete humility. And again, to reiterate, I made myself forget a whole lot to be here. And yet I still have this inner knowing that like I've beat this level of the Matrix. I've beat this level of the video game before. And it's really frustrating to know that I've beat this level. I've finished it, and like I have all the cheat codes. I know how to do it, and I have blocked myself from that information. And I know that there was a purpose in that. The purpose, if I came here and I made it look easy, then I wouldn't be able to really be a light for people. So I've got to know what it's like to go through the struggle, and to face the challenges and learn how to overcome them so that I can model that for other people. And it's still frustrating as fuck. It's so frustrating. And I guess it's becoming, that level of myself again, or, whatever, that I'm feeling, and I know it's available, and I know what's available. If it's available for me, then it's available for everybody else. Like, it's not an exclusive thing. Even if you feel like this is your first go around, your soul's first go around, like what I've accomplished in my previous lives and what I'm capable of accomplishing right now is completely available to you as well. And I'm just here to model that. And let me tell you, it's so much fun. Yeah, so that's just where I am today. And it's a frustrating place. Like, on the one level, I can really look and say that I'm not doing enough for my business and for my transformation and for myself. And on another place, I'm like, well, maybe I'm just expecting too much for myself. So I just wanted to share this kind of real moment in a transformational journey, because all too often on social media, we're talking about all the great things and we don't talk about how it's hard. We're sharing all our wins, but we're not talking about like how it felt to get to that win. What was it like before we finally saw the light break, for what we were working with, because it's often really dark. And it's not super dark, like I'm okay. I just feel really uncomfortable right now, and I've got some journaling to do today, and yeah. So I would love to hear about your transformations that you're going through, or times that you went through kind of I don't know, dark night of the soul is a little dramatic for what I'm going through now, but if you want to share your dark night of the soul, certainly do. And, just to encourage you, like, whatever transformation you're seeking, whatever growth you're seeking, it's probably not going to be easy. And there's going to be, times where you're really uncomfortable and you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? And it's okay, because I know that, like, I can feel myself growing even just doing this video. I can feel myself growing that, I set a boundary and I turn my phone off. That's me stepping into my power. It's like, okay, So, thank you guys for bearing witness. I hope you're having a great Sunday. If you're an Easter celebrator, happy Easter. And yeah, as I wear my Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer pajamas, they're the most comfortable things ever, and I love pink, so I don't care that I'm 4 months late. I wore them in December too. I wear them all the time. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.